Hello everyone, and welcome to A Little Weird. This week we have a tale from James Bearup, who is a frequent contributor to Weirdings. He's also my brother. He spent some time in Japan, and while he was there, he experienced a rather strange encounter by a riverbed. He shares his tale with us here. A fair warning, this recounting does have some strong language in it. So make sure to package the kids out of the room before listening.
Yeah, I was in Japan, and before I went, they told all of us that if you don't have anybody to hang out with or anything to do, or like you're depressed or something like that, still go out and do things because you're going to regret not doing things while you're there. And so I took that advice to heart. And one of these days when I had the day off and everybody else was doing something, I didn't make plans. I figured, what the hell? You're never too far away from a mountain out there. So I thought I'd go and check out one of the trails that, I haven't been up yet. So I start going up into the mountains out there and everything like that. And, okay, to preface this, I didn't really know that what I saw was weird until later, because Japan has three big, the biggest top tier yokai, the monsters that they have. They have the fox, the tanuki, and the kappa. And the fox and the tanuki are real. They're absolutely, everybody knows they're real. You can hop on the internet and find pictures of them. We were actually out at a ceramics shop and out in the country, and a tanuki actually came down and was running between the finished vases that they had that were ready for glaze or whatever. But we all saw a tanuki. It doesn't actually have those giant balls, but but we all saw the tanuki and we were all like, "Oh, tanuki, really cool! Wow, so that's what they look like in real life." So I'm up in this mountain. I'm just sort of wandering around and stuff like that. And I come by a river, and I live down by the lake, so if ever you get lost or anything like that, you can just sort of follow any river down, where it's flowing, and you will get back to the lake, and once you get back to the lake, you can find your way home. So I saw this river, and I was like, oh cool, I'll just walk by this river, start going back anyway. And I start going back, and out of the weeds comes a kappa. It was far enough away that I didn't get a good look at it, but it absolutely was 100% a kappa. It was about the size of a raccoon, but these long spindly legs and arms, and the legs are kind of squat. It looked like it was squatting, but too small to be a person, kind of brown greenish in color, nasty ass hair or mud or some shit on its head. I said, I couldn't really see it that well. I didn't get a good look at its face. I couldn't tell you whether it had a beak or not, but the thing about that it kept on doing was it kept on ducking down, how raccoons will walk on their hind legs. Raccoons and bears will sometimes walk on their hind legs, but most of the time, if they're actually wanting to make ground, they'll walk on four legs. This was exactly the same like that, except it had no hair. It was obviously a thing that lives in the water. Brown and greenish in color. It would stand up, look at me, duck down in the reeds, look like it was picking at something or something like that. Stand up again, look at me, go down, stand up, walk towards me a little bit, stand up, walk towards me a little bit, and then after that, after it walked towards me twice, I start running after me in the weeds, shh, shh, shh. I just turned and bolted at that point. I wasn't going to fuck around with that, because, I thought I saw just a weird water animal, that I knew about from like my video games and shit. But I don't fuck with animals that try to rush me. I don't know what they have. I don't know what the hell their deal is. So I just got the fuck out of there. And it wasn't until later. And besides, I mean, the things like legs and shit like that were freaky enough as it were. It looks like a sickly baby. That was like the kind of figure that it had. But yeah, it wasn't until later that I found out that most Japanese people don't believe those actually exist. And that despite the fact that the foxes and tanukis are real animals that a lot of their folklore are based off of, the kappa is just one of those monsters that everybody knows about that doesn't actually exist, apparently.